Many have been broken trying. Lars Larson was the first to attempt the feat and promptly fractured his jaw on the bar. When asked if he would attempt the trick again, Lars responds, "Phobie, oh yeah."
All right, Beer Pogo from Dave Musser is your second choice. Your last story comes to you from panelist 3, Dave Basaraba.
Hiking has always been a passion for the people of Germany, almost as much of a passion as their love of drinking beer. In many instances, such as Volksmarches, a type of fitness walking that developed in the 1960s, the beer always follows the hike. However, that wasn't good enough for Gretel Rohrbacher. Gretel became frustrated with having to walk 20 kilometers and then drink her beer. So she decided to pack her beer with her to enjoy during the walk. At first, I was just filled up a jug with beer to bring with me, said Gretel, a 29-year-old teacher in Hanau, Germany. However, I need a lot of beer, and I found it difficult to carry and drink without spilling. I don't like to spill my beer. Props to Gretel. Also frustrated with beer becoming stale during her long walks, Gretel sought out a solution. She developed the Trinkrucksack. It's a pack that fits a little keg that keeps the beer cold, carbonated, and very easy to drink. I need at least 5 liters for 20 to 30 kilometer Volksmarch, you know. For those of you doing the math, 5 liters is 169 ounces or 10.5 pints of beer, drank over 12 to 18 miles. That's an average of 1 pint every mile and a half. When asked if the Trinkrucksack is catching on, Gretel says that sales have been minimal. Many girly men have asked me for a pack to hold a smaller keg. I tell them, go to Belgium where you can drink your little beers for lassie men like you.
All right. Gretel's Trinkrucksack from panelist 3, Dave Basaraba, is your third choice. So here are your choices, Paul. You've got Rage Yoga by Joel Williamson. You've got Beer Pogo from Dave Musser.
Beer Pogo!
You've got Gretel's Trinkrucksack from Dave Basaraba. Which story do you choose? Audience participation is welcome if you have a preference. Which one is true? 2 are false, 1 is true.
2! Pogo Stick!
I'm going to go with Joel with the Rage Yoga.
It is Rage Yoga. Yes, you are correct. Congratulations, Paul. You got it right. You've won our prize, free beer and a pint glass. Thanks for playing. That wraps up our second part of the show. Let's give Paul a round of applause.
If anybody could do the one, free beer at Bellwether. So if you can
free beer for a year.
Start this
for a year. Are we hearing that right? Go Pogo Sticking at Bellwether. We'll now take a break, and we'll be back in a few moments with our special guest, Chris Molitor, who will be playing Not My Beer.
Tim will be hosting Rage Yoga at Mountain Lakes Brewery every Friday night.
Once again, welcome to downtown Spokane, Washington at the Brewhouse stage at Mountain Lakes Brewing Company for Wheat Wheat Don't Tell Me, the monthly beer trivia quiz with your host, the one and only, Chris Cindric.
Thank you. And now the game where we ask important people who drink beer questions about beer that their local craft brewer may not even know, just to win an audience member some free beer. So tonight you should have put your card into a little mug, and in a minute we'll find out who Chris is playing for.
Are we diving right into trivia?
No, we're going to. We have to tell about you.
Sorry,
a little bit about you.
Go ahead.
LA's loss was Spokane's gain. In late 2016, when singer-songwriter Chris Molitor and his wife Lauren decided to make the Inland Northwest their new home. Lauren's family lake home became a great inspiration, and even the location for the recording of Chris's Coming Home album released in 2017. His collection of storytelling on the album includes such heartfelt songs as Carry Me, Across the Room, Better Part of Me, and the title track, Coming Home. He appears regularly throughout the region to share his songs of triumph and adversity, including his favorite venue, the Bartlett, located just a block away from Mountain Lakes Brewing. In 2018, he received the Bartlett Award as the Best Singer-Songwriter, and in 2019 was selected as the Best Local Folk Artist. He even produced an album this past year for the new top Spokane artist, Gabriella Rose. Please welcome tonight's Not My Beer guest, Chris Molitor.
Hey. Thanks, guys.
Can I just interject real quick because I'd like to? The song is not "Carry Me Across the Room." That's actually two different tracks.
Two different tracks.
But it sounded like, his hit song "Carry Me Across the Room."
There's a lot of lifting metaphors in my music, clearly.
I'm in the video, and he's literally just walking me.
That should be the video. Yeah. Next music video, Dave. You and me, buddy.
There you go.
Piggyback. It's going to be great.
Watch out.
Carry me across the room.
So, Chris, like many others in the area, you're not from
On a
Spokane.
pogo stick.
Or pogo sticking across the room. Pogo sticking across the room.
Next album.
We've come full circle. This is good.
I think Peter Sagal has better control of his panelists than I do.
He doesn't allow them to drink.
So, Chris, like many others in this area, you're not from Spokane. You stated that since coming to Spokane music scene, you see it as a welcoming environment versus the L.A. music scene, which was pretty cutthroat. So what makes Spokane so welcoming?
The first person I met here in Spokane was Marshall McLean, who is another just absolutely stellar singer-songwriter and folk artist. First person I met here in town, and first thing he did was introduce me to the folks at the Bartlett, which is one of the best venues in this town. So that's something that I was not used to seeing that happen, especially in Los Angeles, where most people want to see what you can give them as opposed to seeing what they can give you. So that was a pretty cool moment. At that point in time, we weren't even sure that we were going to stay in Spokane. We were here kind of visiting and feeling out if this was the city we wanted to be in. So starting to see that was the type of mindset was pretty incredible and something that we wanted to be a part of.
Well, great. We're glad you stayed.
Yeah,
sure.
Thanks. Me too.
You released your solo album, Coming Home, in 2017, and you also appear on and produce The Dawn and Dusk EPs, which were released in 2012. And while you're in Los Angeles, your band, The Wilder Society, produced an album in 2016 called The Lion's Den. So it kind of begs the question, which I've often wondered, is it more challenging choosing band names and album names and song names?
Yes.
But yeah.
I don't even know what the second thing was, but whatever the second thing was, it's less hard than the first thing.
It's
first thing's harder.
More fun or more challenging to then pick song names and band names? Because
I would so much rather write a song than pick a band name.
Oh yeah.
Picking a band name is the worst.
That's why you're just Chris Molitor.
I still hate
like Bright Eyes.
The Wilder Society. I hated that band name. I don't even know. It was it comes down to what do we hate the least is essentially how you pick your band name.
Okay.
I vote the Silver Beatles.
Right.
No, I don't like Silver.
Yes. It is so difficult, especially, and then there's some obscure band in some city somewhere that has the Instagram and Facebook handle and website, and then you can't use that name.
Right. Okay. And you can't even use it in a song.
No, nothing.
It's probably like naming beer. Right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Like Wheat.
Yeah, Wheat,
which
don't
we
tell me.
came up with, and then they created a show.
Yeah, it was I don't know. That was
just pure inspiration.
A chicken or the egg situation.
Right, exactly.
We'll never figure that out. It's fine.
So you've used your songs in advertising for such corporations like Nike, Jeep, REI, Williams-Sonoma, Keurig Coffee. So what's that process like? How do you get your songs out to these advertising companies?
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to sign with a company in Portland, Oregon called Marmoset Music. They're a licensing company. And so I send them my new tracks, and they pitch it for commercials, and I've been pretty fortunate so far.
So what's your favorite ad? Do you have a favorite one, advertisement that your song's featured in?
Keurig Coffee will always be fun because it was the first big one I got. So you see one of your songs that you'd written on and we obviously we have a Keurig coffee maker, so it's it's like, oh, my song's on that. That's kind of fun. So
Did they give you the coffee maker?
no, that wasn't part of the contract. That would have been cool, though. That would have been really cool. We thought about that.
Next time.
Next time.
Cuisinart. Cuisinart needs commercials.
That's true. That'd be good. So that one was
does
pretty cool. That one's pretty cool.
yoga.
Just figure your appliance and then do a commercial.
Yes.
Ah.
Every appliance we need, I'm just going to write a song
Dishwasher,
specifically for the
right.
appliance.
Maytag, all right.
Yeah,
Here we
exactly.
go. Yeah.
Exactly.
Many artists have a signature look or style. I wrote this question actually before you showing up. I usually see you in a red flannel.
Oh,
right?
you do?
And there you go.
Here we go.
Do you have any other quirks or items that you wear, or you hear about artists that have?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your quirks? What do you got?
Oh my god! I mean, like these boots are pretty much always going to be on my feet for like forever. I mean, that's kind of it. I mean, I wear this hat a lot. I do wear this hat a lot. I like my Spo hat. I do wear this hat a lot. Dave knows.
So my third grade best friend, Jonathan Devaney, made that hat.
Really?
Lightning Deluxe.
That's incredible.
Yep.
That's awesome. I love this hat.
Wow.
We've come full circle.
That's awesome.
I'm a creature of habit.
That's a good brand right there.
Once
Good
I find
pick,
a
good
hat,
pick.
also being 6'6", nothing fits me ever.
Right. I have the
So
same problem.
If I do,
Yeah. Yeah.
You said 5'6".
no,
no, okay.
6'6".
Okay, sorry.
So if I find a pair of boots or jeans or shirt not hat's easier, but everything else, if it fits,
Right.
I'm keeping it until it falls off.
Right,
Like I can't
got you.
not do that.
That must
because
get very uncomfortable.
It's really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Showering's a nightmare. Yeah.
Especially with leather boots.
Yeah, no, totally. I smell terrible right now. I really do. No.
So I've often heard that mentors are extremely important. You talked about coming to Spokane and finding mentors. Earlier in 2019, you produced an album by Gabriella Rose called Lost in Translation.
Yep.
She subsequently won the award for the Best New Artist from the Bartlett in Spokane. Can you tell us a little bit about how the two of you connected?
So she's pretty young. She's still in high school. Her mom and my sister-in-law were friends. And they were just looking for someone to kind of give her some coaching. I think initially, like, when I heard, like, a mom has a daughter who wants to be a singer, you think, like, is this going to be weird? Is this going to be weird? And is her daughter not that good? But I heard her sing, and she was just absolutely incredible. And she just needed some insight or some advice.
Excellent. And
So-
she performed at Volume, and you did as well.
Man,
this time,
she did a great job.
Right.
She performed right before I did. Yeah.
And you performed at Volume as well. And that
Played this last weekend. It was
at
super
the Bartlett,
fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
Excellent. And then again at the Iron Goat.
Yep. Iron Goat on Saturday night. It was a busy weekend, but it was fun.
Right.
One of my favorite weekends in a while.
That's good. I noticed you have two Instagram accounts. You have Chris Molitor and CB Molitor.
I do.
One is public. One I asked to friend request, and I still haven't received an answer.
Is that true?
Or is that one you use to block people?
I never really
noticed
used
that
that
Dave
one.
Cook was actually a friend you of that one.
Is he?
Yeah.
You probably are.
Snuck in
You
there with
probably
a
are.
family and friends.
There's trust. There's trust here,
Yeah.
Dave. I
But
appreciate that.
I
Usually-
looked at- so a pretty plain handle. Okay.
No, usually when someone's here in public and their spouse is here, you don't tell about their second Instagram account.
Sorry. Blew that one.
I saw it on the sheet here, and I was like, "Oh, that's going to come up."
Oh,
That's exciting.
But the funny thing was, then I learned that Lauren's handle is the Pacific Northwest Blonde.
The P&W blonde.
Yeah,
the P&W blonde.
Which I was like, I kind of spent more time checking out her.
I would rather.
Hey.
Number one. I'm
wondering-
not going to be offended by that. Number
I'm
one.
just saying, it's a catchier handle.
No. I get it. I get it.
Just saying.
This is Lauren right here. This is my wife, Lauren. She has, I would say for the ladies, but also for the guys, it's fine. She has an incredible Instagram account called the PNW Blonde.
Yes.
And you guys should check it out. The giveaway's done. Sorry.
And
She had
you
a big
fit
giveaway.
that 6'6"
Anyway,
guy,
check her out.
She also has a second Instagram. Oh,
No!
Yeah. Dang it.
She does, actually. We won't go there. It's fine. God. What's up with you guys?
Well, welcome, Chris. We've learned a lot about your story tonight.
Yes.
We have invited you here tonight to play a game we're calling Chris Story, Meet Beer His Story.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Okay,
Love
I'm
the
no Peter
puns.
Sagal.
that was well done.
Love it.
Try to.
Peter's going to steal that one.
Who's Chris playing for tonight, Dave?
Tonight, Chris is playing for Theo.
Theo!
I'll try my best.